Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and today I'm checking out the FQ777-958 that has been sent in for review by gearbest.com. This is another SEMA X5C style aircraft. We have got gears underneath that are powered by brushed motors, and we also are given these landing legs and some prop protectors, a spare set of props, as well as the props that it comes with. It's a very windy day today, so I'm not sure how it's going to fly, but it does have altitude hold, which is a feature that is very popular this year. And we also have this camera module underneath here as well. It transmits its FPV via Wi-Fi to a mobile device. You can also change the angle of the camera as well. Now in the quadcopter we have a 1-cell 600 milliamp battery that uses a micro LOSI connector, so it does come with its own charger, but micro LOSI means that I can use a hobby grade charger to charge it as well. That just plugs inside, and then we have this switch on here. It's very lightweight and relatively cheap. So if we move on to the transmitter, and it's got a lot of buttons, so I bought the manual out there so I don't get anything wrong. We have the power button there, and it takes 3 AA batteries. It has a screw in the back that you have to remove to get to that. So we have got a speed switch here, so that's going to be for our different rates. Tumbling mode is going to be for 360 flips there, and it doesn't look like any of these press in the middle there. So it says here that we have camera control here on these 2 buttons, but obviously we're going to be using the Wi-Fi app for that, so those won't have any function, I imagine. And then it seems like the rest of these ones are for trims by the looks of it. And then moving over to this side, and what have we got? So trim again for that one. We've got 1 key land at the bottom there, and 1 key to ascend up the top there, and this one is trim, and these 2 are trims as well, so takeoff and land. And then over here we've got headless mode and 1 key return. I do not like those modes, so I will be not using that function. So I believe to calibrate the barometer, you make sure that it's on a level surface and both of the sticks go in like that. And then to arm, it actually calibrates the gyro when it arms, and that is both of the sticks out like that. You can't switch this to mode 1 sadly, so I'm going to be flying it in mode 2. Seems that they have wasted the opportunity there to not include that, having spring-loaded sticks. So what I'm going to have to do next is turn the quadcopter on and then go into the Wi-Fi hotspot and connect to it on the phone. So let's do that. So turn the quadcopter on there, and we have some LEDs underneath, and those are just flashing for now. So I'm gonna turn on the transmitter there, and then if I go into my phone, and I should be able to go into the Wi-Fi settings here, and let's see if I can find it. So Wi-Fi UFO, so it uses the Wi-Fi UFO app that is used with a lot of these Wi-Fi FPV models. So I should get an error saying there's no internet access, so select yes on there, and then Wi-Fi UFO there, and it looks like it's upside down, so I'm just gonna rearrange that here for my phone. And you can actually angle this on the mount. The mount's pretty good. We go into the settings here, and you can change the sticks on the screen to be mode 1. However, I would say you've got the controller, just don't bother flying it off the phone. Well, that is something that they offer with this. So if we go back up there and then play, I should hopefully see the camera, and I do. All I'm really interested in here is the video recording, which is going to record it to the phone. So that has started, and we have the different rates there. You can use the gyro of the phone, etc., but I really recommend that you just fly off the controller and just use the video recording capabilities there. Looks quite dark on the screen, but it is going dark. So with that being said, let's get and fly this thing. So I need to remember which one the rates are, so it's that one, I think. So there's actually 4 rates, so let's start off in the highest rate and see what happens. And throttle up. And let's see what rate that I'm in. Gonna need the 4th rate today for sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get any decent footage out of this. Let's try a flip. So it just flips fine. That altitude seems to be nice, so altitude hold working. Very windy today, so it's being upset by those flips. Look at that. But it recovers just about. Let's see what the lag is like on the video. Not too bad actually. The light's awful though for this. The field of view seems quite narrow as well. Let's see if I can fly around a little bit. Oh, it's so cold. Must be very close to freezing today. Let's see if I can try that landing feature. What was that, the down button? Let's see what it does if I press it. It's coming down, it's coming down. And there we go. And what if I press the takeoff feature? Oh, and that was without arming as well. So you don't need to arm it to have the takeoff feature work. But it's flying nice. As I say with all Wi-Fi FPV models, you don't want to fly it far away from you, 30 meters max. But just to be safe for it, keeping connected, maybe 10 meters, which is probably what I'm keeping it into at the moment. Still looks like it's connected on the phone for now. Can barely feel my hands. Poor me. Let me see if I can get this close to us before the wind blows it away to get a nice shot of it. Try not to fly into myself, however I don't think you do much damage with this one. Probably to the motors more than yourself. That flies really nice, very similar to the Syma X5. Obviously slightly different brand. See those LEDs out there, quite nice. And this is really pushing it today in this wind. So I have to say I'm impressed, you know. A lot of these altitude hold quads, they usually have their rates dialed down. This one's got 4. And that 4th rate on a windy day, it's coping. So that's not bad. Okay, just seeing how it's handling some circuits, and it's doing quite nicely. It's not losing any height when it's doing its turns, which is something that can happen when the altitude hold isn't calibrated very well, and this one seems to be. Get some speed on it as well, you know. One thing that I do like about the fact that it's the phone recording the video and not the quadcopter is if the quadcopter dies prematurely with its battery, then you should be able to keep the footage on your phone and not lose it, whereas if you've got an SD card on board and the battery just dies, usually it doesn't save the footage, it just cuts the footage. Let's see if I can get some nice smooth video, which I think would be very difficult in this wind. Apologies if you are struggling to hear me, but I do have a wind muffler on the microphone. It's not always that effective, and as it's the first day of winter here, the sun is very low on the horizon and it will be going dark very soon, so not great conditions for testing these things out, but there you go. The conditions aren't going to get much better. We have blue skies here, and that is rare also this time of year. Looks like it's landing itself. So there we go. Let me stop the video. So That looked like a 5-minute to 6-minute flight time. Not bad really for that 600 milliamp battery. So there you go, that is my review of the FQ777-958. I think it's a good flyer. I'll put a link in the description if you wish to get one. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.